read comments if you want to write things. I'm going to be looking on the Facebook page. I won't be on YouTube, so if you want interaction, then come over to Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me and this guy, and then in a little while, this man. It's not really a man, is it? This woman. But I'm going to start on the guitar. Yes. Okay. Have you made?
I can't get it to work, but I think we can do the gig.
Yeah, we can. It'd be great if there was a way of chatting with peeps. Yeah. Shall I start?
I think so.
I'm going to start. I'm wrapped up in riddles and rhymes. There we go, that's better. So thank you for coming. Grab a drink. I'm going to play you some songs from my new album, which is out in October, on October the 9th, which seems like a long way away, but it's really, really close, actually. I'm going to start for you a song that I wrote rather recently. So the album was recorded last summer, some overflow into this year, but mostly last summer. And it's a little detour from playing with a band. Wanted to explore songwriting a little bit. And this song that I'm going to start with is a song called Empty. And it's about something that I realised how should I put it? Maybe I'll just sing it. How a house is only, there's like personality. We have bits of us all around our house. And when you strip that down, there's nothing left. It's not you anymore. And I had this experience visiting a friend, and they were just about to move and everything was gone, and it felt like they'd already left. Any luck with the... No. I once knew this house better than you. I chose the colours of the walls, the furniture too. But such as new love, old memories fade. It's just my being here reminds me of yesterday. And now that it's empty, I sit here alone with my back on the wall, underneath where that famous photograph hung. I knew this house. And a door once was open, now leads the way to a blank, empty space. Marks on the floor that with time will erase. Shadows on the wall are temporal. And there's nothing here to be done or said. 'Cause it's the saddest thing, the sweetest pain at all. We've been here before. Ooh. And there's nothing here to be done or said. And there's nothing to regret or miss. 'Cause it's the saddest thing, the sweetest pain at all. We've been here before. Ooh. And now that it's empty, I sit here alone with my back on the wall, underneath where that famous photograph hung. I knew this house, and a door once was open, now leads the way to a blank, empty space. Marks on the floor that with time will erase. Shadows on the wall are temporal. Thank you. So that was Empty, and I'm gonna carry on with you with another song from the new record. Everything But One is from the new record. That's a nice little hint. And this next song is the first song that I wrote on a stringed instrument. So historically, I have never really had much affiliation with the stringed beasts. Just seemed like riddles to me. And then after a particularly potent sort of period of time geeking out on the Punch Brothers, I thought I'll get a mandolin, because you're never too old to become a prodigy on the mandolin. That's not true. But I didn't know that at the time. And so this is the first song I wrote. This is a song called My Ideal. And as any songwriters watching this will know, sometimes when you're writing, these words just sort of plop out as the melody comes out, which is great because it gives you a starting point. But sometimes then you're sort of working backwards and trying to work out what you're saying. You're already kind of making statements and you have to sort of decipher what they mean. Great. I am ably assisted this evening by Mr. Tom Corley. He is manning the decks. Any luck on the Facebook chat? No.
I'm trying everything, but I can't.
Okay, never mind. Well, your comments will have to wait, my friends, but I will read them with joy later. Okay. Check. I'm right. I think I'm right. This is right. Cool.
Oh no, I found it.
Have you?
Some clapping and stuff.
Have I got some clapping? Love a bit of glubbing. Thanks, guys, for the clapping. Hey, Liverpool. See? This is what I wanted. Okay. I've had all kinds of easy, and it's been complicated, but I put it for granted that it's not that simple, that it's not that easy, that it's not that simple. Ooh, I've had all for nothing, and I've been all the way down. I've been higher than I could stand, at the cost of a living, at the cost of loving. And everything I wanted, I couldn't find. I had to keep on running and left behind my ideal, my ideal, my ideal. La da 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 dee. sailed the ocean, and I've run the river wide, and I've climbed over the highest peak at the search for something, at the search for someone, and everything I wanted I couldn't find. I had to keep on running and left behind my ideal, my ideal, my na na na. Yeah! Thank you. So, I'm going to carry on with another one. Can you believe it? Yeah, going to carry on. This is this next song, Where Tom and I Live. We live on a hill called Blythe Hill. Ooh, comments. Love. Are there any? Hey, Amsterdam. Love this. Thank you. You're like the best assistant ever. Has anyone ever said that to you? So we live on a hill, and it's called Blythe Hill, and it's got a beautiful view of the city. And for me, I love this feeling of seeing the whole city, like the whole thing. You can see Canary Wharf, you can see the capital C city, Barbican and things like that. But sort of far enough away to get a nice kind of balanced perspective on life and not get too caught up in the rush of it. There are parakeets that fly about. Just one of the many charms of Blythe Hill. And this song is kind of like an ode to that. And I guess being quite happy where I live as well, with the person that I live with. And also, I just discovered this wonderful singer called Maro, who's a Portuguese singer. And I was totally beguiled by the way that she sings melodies. And this kind of came out after doing a bit of a kind of session on her on Spotify. Okay. And this is called Song for Tea. Early morning, autumn dawning, and you, tea and me, and all we want to do. I will never tire of this view. So take my hand and walk with me. See the world before our feet. Oh, the city sleeps, and here we keep our little home. Oh, night departs and leaves a sparkling dew. Green birds fly into a sky of brilliant blue. I will never tire of this view. So take my hand and walk with me. See the world before our feet. Oh, take my hand and walk with me. See the world before our feet. Oh, the city sleeps, place, and here we keep our little home. Take my hand and walk with me, see the world before our feet. Oh, take my hand and walk with me. Thank you. Now where am I going? I'm going to... So we're taking a little step away from the album just very briefly. So for those of you who know me, I've been running an Instagram song hang called Insta Song Hang. And for a good 2 months of lockdown, I was doing it every weekday at 10 in the morning. And just doing different writing exercises and just encouraging people to, well, we were just all doing loads of writing together via Instagram Live, which was pretty fun. And now it's just on a Friday on Zoom. So if you're interested, write me a little massage. But this song that I'm going to sing next came out of one of those exercises. Anything else I can say about it? Nope. Okay, I'm just going to tune this little guy. The funnest thing about stringed instruments is that you tune them after every tune. Maybe that's just me. Fun fact, this is a tenor guitar. You probably were thinking, that's odd that it's only got 4 strings. Is it a big ukulele? No. It's not. It's a tenor guitar. And it's tuned G, D, A, E. So in fifths. And in fact, I think for here, but what I like to do is that top E, sometimes I bring it down to the D, so you have a 4th at the top instead of a 5th, which is quite cool. And I guess why I got this was because I played the mandolin. No, I didn't play the mandolin. I played around with the mandolin, and I realised this was an easier version, but you had the 5ths. So it's the same tuning as a mandolin, which I like. Okay, I think we're nearly ready. Just should be able to do this without a tuner, but alas, I have poor man's ears. Oh God. Is that right? Okay, sweet. And this is yet untitled. I've never experienced before is the sweaty fingered curse of the guitar player. I'm not calling myself guitar player. I am no guitar player. In the darkest of the night, when you need an alibi, stare awake and try to reconcile coming light. It took you 7 years to see the one you chose could not be freed. Took you all this time to understand a way to be independently. Could it be you were never meant to deal with all this silence? All you needed was someone who could shelter you from the quiet. You had everything to lose, didn't want to hear the truth, took a bottle to your bed to chase that feedback loop. Could it be you were never that silence. Silence. All you needed was someone who could shelter you from the quiet. Oh, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Oh, breathing in, breathing out. Thank you. Okay. Commentarios. Hey, whoop, whoop. Love this. Thank you for the comments and keep them coming. Okay, we are moving on to the last guitar song before moving over to a larger, a more unwieldy beast. But before, we have one more song on this guy. And this is actually going to be the next single. So nowadays, some people try to drag out an album for as long as they can, and that's what I'm trying to do. So there are 3 singles that are coming out. La Loba, which I know you're all going, play La Loba. I'm going to play that on the piano in a moment. That came out last Friday. And then in about a month, Beholden, the song I'm going to play for you now, is coming out. And then a month after that, another song that I'm going to play on the piano is going to come out. So I hope this is titillating you and making you go, ooh, I'm going to go and find out all about her. Is this right? I can't even remember. Ugh. Yay! Sometimes. Okay, any other news? Oh yeah, so I shared this with some lovely friends of mine the other day. Hey Peter, hey Julie. We had a little private, they got a little private concert and I played them this song, and I think Peter, or actually maybe it was both of them, I can't remember, said, what kind of beholden do you mean? Because obviously you can mean, if you say someone's not beholden, because the chorus is you're not beholden to anyone, or like the refrain. And the question was whether I meant you're not beholden to anyone because you're a sociopath and you don't care for anything or rules or anything. Or is it you're not beholden to anyone as in you're free and you should be free. And it is the latter, not the latter or Lana. What is the first, latter or Lorna? I don't know. Basically, former. Yeah, okay, good. We are doing well. Okay. Yeah, so this isn't about sociopaths. It's about the idea of not being wrapped up in the way that you think that you should be. I guess it's like, maybe I got a little bit of inspiration from an album, a Punch Brothers album called Phosphorescent Blues, which sort of talks about, you know, this sort of phone era of, you know, looking down at the floor and etc. Do you find you're spending the time concerned with who you see? Endless sharing, always comparing, wondering how to be. Never let yourself be told, 'cause it's a lie that you've been sold, that one can be enough. You're not beholden to anyone. Fame is fleeting, always competing, still misunderstood. Love, affection, changing direction, never coming good. Never let yourself be told, 'cause it's a lie that you've been sold, that one can't be enough. Take your eyes up from the ground, open wide and watch things come around. There's no one else to show you how to feel. Ooh, now it's all been rarefied. Don't believe that you must live a lie. Sometimes it's hard to read between the lines. Ooh, you're not beholden to anyone. Beholden to anyone. Take your eyes up from the ground, open wide and see there's nothing left here to be found. Realize no one can show you like you feel. Now it's all been rarefied. Don't believe that you will live a lie. Sometimes it's hard to read between the lines. Ooh, you're not beholden to anyone, no one but you. You're not beholden to anyone, no one but you. For someone who'll make you home, don't you fall under. Thank you. And I'm going to put this guy down. But first, maybe just a tiny moment to tell you about the Vortex. But actually, yeah, let's do this as we flip this around. So I remember going to the Vortex when when I was at music college, when I first moved to London, and I started volunteering when Are we live again?
No. We're not, because we've just come unstuck.
Fuck.
One hopes that we're still streaming. I'm sure I'm getting a phone call, but anyway, let's just.
Okay, cool.
You can probably still be heard.
Oh, really? Because I was just swearing on the microphone. My apologies. I'm going to start with.
Just give us 1 sec. No one wants to see that. We're now... Oh dear. It's now me. I cancelled that. Oh dear. Well, it's a bit of a shame this because it was so meticulously prepared, but this microphone, it's quite a difficult thing to do to set up a gig like this with our limited experience and resources, and we were doing really well. It absolutely doesn't want to go into webcast mode. It absolutely doesn't want to do that now, which is such a shame because that's.
Oh, let me write on the page.
You can be seen now.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to go on to Facebook. We're just, if you can hear me,
Probably see you as well.
and see me perhaps, we just accidentally unplugged the video. Everything's sort of meticulously.
I need the computer.
Okay, okay, come over here. Oh, I don't think you can actually deal with that, to be fair. So, we're just having a...
Come back.
You got it?
Yeah, you can come back now.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Well, in a minute. Hopefully.
So, this was all intentional.
We're back.
This was all intentional. Just a little, that was your interval. Yes. Sorry, didn't I say? Are we back and rolling?
Just one second. I think this is good.
Great. So, I was just going to go on a spiel while I was fixing this about the Vortex and what an important institution it is for the London jazz scene and UK and Europe and the world. And as many, probably all theatres and venues, everyone is struggling because of COVID. So there's a series of gigs that are happening. I know Callum Gourlay is doing a solo bass stream next Thursday. And these are fundraising gigs. Again, I think Ben Wendell's already done his, hasn't he? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Tom Corley's doing one on Monday. Also in here, except I'll be doing the tech. I'll be the tech rider, so there will be no mistakes. Now, I feel like we should get back on with the show. So, as you can see, I've moved to the piano. We're going to do a song that I got the inspiration for after listening to a podcast with Adam Buxton and Brian Eno. And Brian Eno was chatting about songwriting and the process and how he'd basically renounced all personal pronouns. He was like, enough's enough, no more personal pronouns. Listen how inclusive a lyric sounds if you interchange I or me for we or us. And he gave the example of imagine, for example, and we climb, how that draws a listener in instead of and I climb. And I thought, I like that as a title. I'm going to write a song. And then I peeled back the kind of layers of cobwebs in my brain and recalled this story that a friend of mine in East Berlin had told me about the fact that her brother disappeared before the wall came down, and he was discovered some time later living it up as if he were an adult. I think he was like 12, living in an outbow because, of course, lots of people left the East when they were able to and went to the West, and all these beautiful old buildings were left open and abandoned, and people just moved in. And so I sort of drew this picture of this boy living it up as an adult, but a 12-year-old in a beautiful outbow in Berlin. So this song is called And We Climb. Okay. Look up at these houses, see the curtains out the light on empty rooms. There's nothing there to hide. Look up at these houses. Not a soul disturbs this street, just strangers up above and our voices down below. Like a ghost town wandering through, it's just you and me. See the ivy holding fast what crumbles beneath, and we climb over the balustrade. We climb, these are the plans we made. No, 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 we go to find our own space. Deserted town, deserted space, where paper traps the light and the cold from the outside. Dusty stairways, broken glass, the writings on the wall. As the man denies the truth, we wait for the fall, and we climb over the balustrade. We climb, these are the plans we made. No, we are as we go underground, our voices disappear, as they're keeping you safe and moneyed. They're taking your choice and they'll take your name. The people who stay aren't the ones to blame. And we climb over the balustrade. We climb, these are the plans we made. Thank you. We come to our last song. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for sitting down and engaging. It's a funny thing. I've never done a solo gig before, ever. So this is a first for me as well. I'm going to finish off with the title song from the new album, which is called Loba. Inspiration taken from this book called Women Who Run with Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, which is a wonderful book about sort of engaging with the inner wild woman and folklore about women and femininity and all that crap. I actually, one of the first stories in it is a folk tale called La Loba, the one who knows the she-wolf, about a woman who lives in the desert and collects bones to preserve life and then brings these creatures to life again and resurrects wolves. And then there's a little twist in the chorus, but I'll let you hang on till the chorus and then you'll hear. Ooh. I am back, Sarah. Sarah! Love the comments, peeps. Thank you so much for sticking with us during the turbulent technical times. Anything else I need to say? Tom Corley, wonderful tech guy, just keeping us afloat, almost. Thank you so much for your continued devotion and love and care and attention and just listening to me. all the time.
I have no choice.
Thank you to the Vortex. Please, if you can donate, please do. It's so appreciated, and it just makes sure that the Vortex stays afloat. The most important venue for new improvised music. Yeah, if you can, that's a real help. And this is Loba. Do I have anything else to say? Oh yeah, the album is all me, right? Did I say that? Is that interesting? It doesn't matter. You can find out anything you want on the internet. Thank you for listening. This is called La Loba. And if Sol is watching, this is for you, Sol. In the desert, there's a woman. She lives there alone. She's preserving and protecting what would be lost to the world. What we try to hide inside a cave is filled with hair and bones. Resurrecting life is what she has to do. Assembling every piece to make the skeleton of a creature. A wolf is standing strong like a stone. Around the fire she sings and dances and looks to the moon. The body rises and takes its first steps, and breathing alone as a voice rings out full of life, it leaps across the starlit sky. Our eyes wide, heading for the canyon deep. To sing, the woman calls upon a breath of truth and wonder, to bring to life the wild soul again. Somewhere under a ray of moonlight, a splash from a river, dust from the ground. Somewhere the wolf begins transforming. A woman running free towards the dark horizon. In the desert, by the moonlight, you go with resolve. You must uncover and rediscover a bundle of bones that is hidden deep. We all must undertake this work alone, ascending into what will lie beneath. The resurrection promises to connect us with the wild soul and bring her into vital shape again. Somewhere under a ray of moonlight, a splash from a river, dust from the ground. Somewhere the wolf begins transforming. A woman running free towards the dark horizon. Somewhere moonlight, a splash from a river, dust from the ground. Somewhere the wolf begins transforming. A woman Thank you so much. Oh, goodness. Oh, there's no need. Wow, thank you. Bravo, bravo. Thank you so much. This means the world. Thank you to the Vortex for hosting us. It's been such a treasure and a treat to perform for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for listening and sharing this sacred time with us. Thank you so much. If you can donate, that would be wonderful, if it's possible. But otherwise, thank you anyway for joining us. And have a wonderful rest of the evening, whatever it is that you plan to do. And thank you so much for all of these guys. There's no need to go quite so crazy.